Hey guys, back once again. I'm back again with the newsstand. This is part 3, and it's a doozy because between the time of the last couple videos of newsstands, picked up quite a bit more. Um, and like I said, I do this basically out of fun and to see what kind of newsstands that I can find. As far as um, in modern books. Uh, So, I guess without further ado, I need to get into this because it's quite a bit. And I do want to do all of these before I go into other types of videos because I want to eventually do videos showing some of my variants, uh, some of my more valuable books, and just in general, just fun comics. Some of my, you would call them kiddie comics or whatever, but it's just showing you what brought me joy throughout the years and what's continually where I'm finding my joy at in comics. And right now is I'm just really on a hunt for early direct editions and later edition newsstands. And once again, as a refresher course, 1985 is the midpoint of where between 84, 85, and 86, it doesn't really matter if you have newsstand or direct, because at that time period, it was kind of like switching over from pre 1985. Direct editions were the hardest books to find because there was only newsstands basically out. The burgeoning comic book stores and direct edition market didn't really pick up until 1986, and that's when newsstands were being phased out. Um, so anything before 85, you want basically direct. Anything after 85, you want newsstand. And I still see a lot of people showing pre 85 books that are newsstands and saying, "Ooh, it's a newsstand." That's not the most rarest book at that time period. The more rare book would be the direct. Um, okay, let's get going. I got quite a bit of books, and I'm going to blaze through them, except for ones that really have some kind of key element to it, or whatever point of interest. Aquaman #1, Into the Abyss. This is the Aquaman that is closest to the movie version of Aquaman. And I think in issue 2 or 3 of this series, this is where his hand gets eaten off by piranhas. Um, so that's a key point when he loses his hand. Still haven't found that in the newsstand. I have that in the direct, but I don't have it in the newsstand. Catwoman #6. This is from Cross Gen Skiing #1. Iron Man 238, fighting the Rhino, and the Mandarin. I remember as a kid we used to call him the Mandarin. Oh boy, the Mandarin. And then later on, one of my friends corrected me, saying it's not Mandarin, it's Mandarin. Oh boy, kids. Wolverine #146, Apocalypse to 12. As I said in the last couple videos, that run, the Apocalypse to 12 run, was pretty popular back in that time, and it got kind of hot. But as with anything, some things phase out or lose value. They might not go down to 100% or back to 10 cent on cover price, but they do go back down. The Mighty Thor, Power of Zeus, issue #7. Cosmic Odyssey, book 3. The Adventures of Superman. All these books that deal with the death of Superman are becoming semi-hot. Well, it has been quite a while, since 1993, 92. It's been quite a while. Time moves so fast. If you look at it in comic book time, um, it's like time is like super fast. Um, I guess that, and the fact I'm getting older. Captain America #8. I don't know if that's a Frank Miller. No, it's not Frank Miller. X Factor #47. It's a cool looking Archangel cover. X-Men 27. All-Star Squadron #26. I remember when this issue came out, I was real heavy in the All-Star Squadron. I just fell in love with Jerry Ordway's art. He just had a clean line to the way he drew characters. Kind of reminded me of Schaeferberger. He used to draw a lot of Lois Lane books back in the day. And a nice, clean type of presentation to the art. Batman Gotham Knights, issue #2. Astonishing X-Men, issue #2. The Age of Apocalypse books, I have noticed that I've been finding them in newsstands pretty readily. Legend of the Shield, Impact Comics. When DC tried to do I guess a lighter tone series of books with different characters to bring in younger readers. I think each issue maybe lasted up to, at the most, 6 issues. It didn't quite work. Astonishing X-Men #3. Nice road cover. Emerald Dawn. Okay, I know I got more of these, but Emerald Dawn was super hot back in the day. It was so good that they did Emerald Dawn 2, which I think I have in here too. It was a high point in Green Lantern lore back in that time period. So this is issue #6. Fantastic Four, issue 312, featuring X Factor, the original X-Men. Superboy #7, with the Milestone characters, Static, and I can't remember her name. Spider-Man, issue #25. This book is semi-key with Spider-Man becoming Phoenix. Cyberforce, issue #1, from Top Cow, not Image. Power Pack, issue #43. Superman Action Comics, #681. Web of Spider-Man, #52. Web of Spider-Man, issue 53, 54. Another Spider-Man, #25. War of the Gods, issue #3. Spider-Man #29. Uncanny X-Men, issue #303. X-Men #9. Jim Lee cover. Ghost Rider. Spectacular Spider-Man with Cloak and Dagger. This is the annual #9. Spider-Man, McFarlane, issue #16 with the Sideways comic. There was this issue, and there was an issue of Fantastic Four at the time that they did the entire book Sideways. Superboy number 6 with Kevin McGuire cover art. I don't know if he did the interiors, but I know the covers are Kevin McGuire's. Always like Kevin McGuire because he was a master of facial emotions, showing emotions in faces. When he did his run on the Justice League, when Batman punched Guy Gardner out and Lobo appeared, that was all Kevin McGuire art. Batman 476, Spider-Man number 33 with the Punisher, Showcase 95, issue number 1, Web of Spider-Man annual number 4, versus the Slug. This is a later edition newsstand, Amazing Spider-Man 614, which I was glad to find. They're really hard to find. The last one's just before the cutoff point. Amazing Spider-Man 613, Prince Namor, the Submariner Limited Series, issue number 1. Spectacular Spider-Man, another Punisher appearance, issue number 209. Spider-Man with the Punisher again in issue 34, probably connected. Web of Spider-Man 64. Iron Man, Invincible Iron Man, number 11. This is back when Marvel, just for Heroes Reborn, they gave their comics over to, I guess, the guys at Image to produce. They did like, each of them had like a 12-issue run. Iron Man, the Avengers, I think Captain America. Yeah, Captain America is pretty famous with Rob Liefeld's version of Cap. Malibu Comics, Raver, issue number 1. Image Comics Supreme number 1. And Nomad, issue number 6. X-Force number 29 with Arcade and Shatterstar. X-Force number 21 with War Machine. Spider-Man number 27. Excuse me for 1 second there. I had to readjust this stuff. Don't want it to fall. Punisher 2099, issue number 6. Excalibur, issue number 18. Always hated that cover. That is ugly. It just doesn't. Look at Nightcrawler. Look at Shadowcat. Oh man, that is just a terrible cover. Terrible. Excalibur number 32 with Steve Lytle art. Very underrated artist. He didn't do much. I mean, he did basically a lot of covers, but what he did was excellent. I think he passed on. I'm not sure, but I always loved his art. But he just didn't do enough. Spider-Man, McFarlane, issue number 14. Another copy of the Sideways issue. Batman, Dark Knight, Dark City, 454. This is one of my favorite covers. Batman, 456. Superboy again. Number 3. Number 4. And number 7. You can see these books all out of order. War of Gods, issue number 2. That's a great Dr. Fate. That's the female version of Dr. Fate. I think that's his wife, who eventually became Dr. Fate for a stretch of time. Another Steve Lytle cover for Excalibur, number 34. X Factor, number 7 annual, with Spiral. X-Men 292. See what's going on here. X-Men 307. I think this is like the second appearance of Exodus. Fantastic Four Annual 25. Kang, which, you know, Kang's pretty hot right now considering he was just in the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, and he's due to be in more movies as it progresses. Force number 40. Spider-Girl number 14 versus Kane. Web of Spider-Man number 55. Number 56. Number 63. Number 65. Number 67. Sorry for it not being in order. Number 77. I guess it's somewhat. Number 99. Number 108. And this is one of my favorite covers. Number 128. Who will wear the webs. Doing pretty good. Got one more stack to go after these little bit right here. Number 47, Hobgoblin. 55, again with Kane and Craven's son. 399 with the Jackal. Spectacular Spider-Man 202, Venom and Carnage. Warlock and the Infinity Watch, number 8 and number 9. Okay, now we're down to the end. Last maybe 300 no, maybe 25 or so. Superman number 93. Extreme Justice 0. This didn't last long. I didn't even care too much for it. I think it was basically made for a toy line that they had made with all the superheroes wearing these jacked up costumes that really, to me, look weird. Wildcats, issue number 3. Impact Comics, The Crusaders, issue number 1. Legionnaires, number 5. You talk about a group that's been messed around and messed with so much. I used to love the Legion of Superheroes back when it was. If anybody knows my channel, you're a long listener or whatever to my channel, you know how I loved the Legion of Superheroes, starting with the Kurt Swan, then the Dave Cockrum, and eventually the Mike Grell. When Mike Grell took over. Then, man, I can't think of his name. He took over after Mike Grell, and it started getting a little bit more wonky. They even changed how the Legion was, and it made it more gritty. And it kind of, to me, it lost the spark of what really made the Legion. But the Cockrum, Kurt Swan, and Grell runs of the Legion of Superheroes are my all-time favorites. I love this cover too. The Adventures of Superman 467. It's a beautiful cover. Batman Detective Comics 662. Showcase number 4. Showcase number 5. Starman number 43 versus Lobo. Number 44, Lobo appearance again. Well, continuation. Legacy of Superman issue number 1. Supergirl and Team Luthor. Now this Supergirl is actually a thing called Matrix. It actually was a thing she was made up of some kind of protoplasm, and ended up becoming the new version of Supergirl. Uh, it's confusing to say the least, but yeah, and that's Luthor, which is actually the real Luthor, but it's supposed to be his son that took over his when he died because he had kryptonite poisoning, but actually his consciousness was transferred into this, I think, clone body, and this Luthor act like he was really good, this, that, and the third, but it was really the real Lex all along. Wow. Gotham Knights #1. Batman 447 with Brian Boland cover. Batman 459. Couple of Robins. I found these. They were like back to back to back. Robin issue #1s. That's different looking. Okay. Yep. 3 of those. Run out of room here. They're going to slide. I know you're going to slide. Spiral Zone. I can't remember if this was a cartoon or what. I just can't remember. I don't remember any cartoon called Spiral Zone. Teen Titans Spotlight issue #1. Another Impact book, The Black Hood, issue #4. Here are the Emerald Dawn. Emerald Dawn issue #1. Got 2 copies of that, Newsstand. #2. Don't have 3. I got 4. And I got 5. And missing issue #6. Justice League of America versus Starro. Justice League of America #50. Justice League International Special #1. Justice League Europe #1 Annual. Uncanny X-Men 301. X Factor #92 with the holographic image of Havoc, whichever way you want to call him. X Factor 95. Polaris versus Random. Random has the weirdest ability where his body turns into guns or whatever. That is kind of creepy to me. As bad as the other one that had the worms coming out of his body. I can't remember his name. X-Men #3. Alpha Flight with Doctor Strange #78. #74. Dark Phoenix Saga Classic X-Men issue #42. And the last 2 issues, Lethal Foes of Spider-Man #2. And finally, of my Newsstand pickups, X-Men #33. That's a cool Sabretooth and Gambit. Kind of has a Batman type of vibe to it, to me. But yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, comic books is so many different ways you can collect that, to enjoy. If I'm more of the offbeat type, I like to, when everybody's going right, I like to go left. I don't do it intentionally, but I just don't fall into that the FOMO thing. You know what I do? As far as with me with FOMO, I look at it as I dig through my collection and see if I have the book. I don't actively go out trying to hunt down this book. Not anymore. Because I'm at the point where I just don't like spending money like that. I did at one time. I would spend big money on comics back in the day. Not anymore. I'm kind of like, I see Silver Age Dave. Give him much props. He's talking about in his Instagram downsizing, him and his wife. You know, I guess the kids are growing up, they're moving on, and they're going to a smaller house, so he's got to let a lot of his stuff go. I perfectly understand what he's talking about, you know, and I know he's going through pain because he's giving away a part of his life. You know, he's a diehard collector, not a person out for profit or gain. He just loves collecting, and to when you're a collector, it's harder to get or let go of stuff. You know, I think I have the same problem, but I don't have a problem. I do like to give. I give when like extras or whatever. I mean, if you're a legit person, a legitimate friend or whatever, I'll do everything I can for you. But you got so many people that take your kindness for weakness sometimes, and it's a shame, you know, because in this comic book community, there's some really great people. Um, oh, 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 oh. I'll do that in the next video. Scoon and I had did a trade. If you don't know him, he just made a video, and we both collect DC Universe comics. And I had got in contact with him about why don't we trade our doubles and see if we have doubles that he may not have or I might not have, and we ended up trading a few books that we both needed. I'll probably do that in my next video when I show some of my regular books that I picked up. Okay, guys, the bad. Thank you for hanging with me this long, you know, and I know, like I said, I'm switching up, showing different things because I just think I done tapped into the newsstand enough for now. Y'all be well, take care, and see you in the next video.